collaboration with Smirnoff Experience.
This is The Joy of Decks, the show that places 4 up-and-coming DJs with 4 of dance music's most respected on the ultimate journey of musical self-discovery and gives one the chance to claim the prize of a DJ Global Tour. Last week saw Anthea, Ryan, Cloda and DM Cut soaking up the vibe in European clubbing mecca Ibiza. This week, our crew are given the chance to create a track with their mentors, 4 of the best producers in the business, and play it out to the club crowds. Cloda has asked Irish musicians to her session with Sister Bliss to give her track a personal and cultural edge.
My idea was to have like a battle between the drummer and the dancer. So the drummer would drum some beats and the dancer would then repeat the same beats with his feet. Because I've never heard that done in a house track before.
The beauty of using sort of live musicians, as it were, or live dancers, is that nobody else is going to do that. You can't replicate it. It's not that she's just sampled someone else's beats or someone else's melody. She's putting a bit of herself in to the music. I love that. That's fantastic. You've got to turn that right up.
Ryan goes to Tom Middleton's studio to create a natural masterpiece. He's recorded everyday sounds on his mini-disc, ready to transform into electronic beats.
Let's go.
The track I want to produce today, I want to create something with like a groove to it, with some swing to it, maybe a little bit of funk in there and stuff like that.
I've given him these simple ideas, which is basically to use his ears and not take for granted any of the sounds in the world.
It's creating a groove-based style tune, which for me, it's not going to be a... Everyone's not going to be dancing around with it, their arms 3 foot above their head.
Anthea and Mr. C are experimenting with percussive and tribal grooves.
Just sort of get on a groove and feel it.
At the end of the day, what sort of track are you looking for? Something to play in a bar or something
to play in a club.
It might be worth doing something just really simple, just within the groove, and then add.
What you've got there, like the tones, the bleeps, the little noises, you've got a great. Like the bass line's got a nice groove, it sounds really nice. Now it's learning how to manipulate that.
Right.
DM Cut has been building his track on his home computer and takes the results to Roni Size's studio along with vocalist I1 to work some musical magic.
When he brought the stuff down and he loaded it in, we've got the sounds in, we've got the strings out and the riff, I thought, yeah, this is why I wanted this guy.
The kind of sound I'm looking to get at today is a nice but still has that raw edge to it. So like what Anthea said to me is soulful, sweet, but tough.
I feel this way, I feel this way, I feel this way,
I love the way that he's come in with, his idea about who he is, who his camp is, and who his people are. Vocal, let's go, man. It's a nice vocal. Yeah. There's no reason why it shouldn't come in nice and early, man.
Sister Bliss with her magic fingers. Hope she adds some magic to my track. Yeah, she's very good on keyboards. I was watching her earlier and she has so much experience, God, how many years is she making tracks and really, really good stuff, with Faithless.
So if you make it quite sort of textured and ambient at the beginning, and beautiful sounding, then when you actually launch into the beats will sound that much more kind of crispy and strong on their own. Yeah. So when you really crack into the beat, when we take it away...
I hope to learn a lot from her and to bring her bit into it as well, but still have my ideas running through it.
This is amazing, he's taking on board everything I'm saying, he's listening, he's learning, he's embracing it, and he's loving it, and that's the most magic thing about it. So we need a sound to do that, because I think that would kind of like help roll it.
Working with Tom was just amazing, the way he thinks about stuff and the way he can manipulate sound and change it into a completely different context.
That's a groove and a half. Punky as well.
The way the track is at the moment is going to be difficult to arrange, but we need to get something out of it and take it into some sort of direction.
The tempo maybe could be slightly sped up, and the breaks I wouldn't mind if it went into something tribal, but then went back to electronic. I'd quite like the change.
Roni Size has got a lot of experience in the game, and I think there's a lot to be learned from that. So I think this has come at a very, very crucial and a very good time for a DM cut.
The reason why he's here, because he wants to learn something from me.
I was right in the first place. I knew when we came to the studio, there wouldn't be a clash. It would be more of an understanding of each other's sound.
I won't go in the studio unless a record can be played in the clubs or can be cut or put onto vinyl. And I will somehow, some way make sure that this record does reach the masses.
It was perfect. It was two chefs that got together and made a nice cake, do you know what I mean? And yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's just a wicked experience, man.
I feel a bit lost in the studio because I've never been in a studio before. I really don't know how the computer program works. So they're kind of doing everything and I'm watching and taking it in. But yeah, it's hard.
I think what it is we're up against the clock, so I don't think Clodagh's lost her way, really. She's just getting cabin fever, which is what happens when you're locked in a studio for hours and hours on end watching a computer just sort of going across the screen.
To able to learn a computer program like that, it takes years. And here I am for a few hours and it's just like, oh, okay, do this, do that, do that. Like, it's too much to take in, you know.
She wants to know the technical terms for things, the musical terms for things. What can I say? I'm pretty impressed. I think she will have no problem if she chooses to produce music. I think that's pretty impressive for someone who's never been in the studio before.
Anyone else that's out there watching, it is that easy. If you can hear it, you can sample it, and you can turn it into music. Ryan's World! Let's give it the car test.
It's great, isn't it? It's great.
It's the Rave-mobile.
It's not boring. It doesn't get boring. It's really good. Yeah.
Holds you in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it keeps you.
5 hours, all that, to polish it. I mean, it'd take another 6 hours at some point just to polish it for, releasing.
Yeah.
But for dropping on a TP,
Fine.
done.
I'm chuffed about the finished track. Do you know what I mean? As I said before, it's still keeping my sound. He's just made it tighter. And I'm just chuffed and I just want to play it out now.
I feel this way. I got my little groove on.
I'm really glad. And thank you, Joy Dex, for making this happen.
I don't really work with people outside of my camp. So to have someone come in from some other camp into my world is different.
Yeah, man. It's been a fucking wicked day.
We'll see what happens, man. As long as he doesn't, overshadow me, then we're all right. We're good. You know what I mean? What a day, man. It's been cool. Interesting, yeah, you know what I mean?
Wicked.
After the break, our guys see if their tracks can kick it on the dance floor and even get to meet the granddaddy of DJing himself.
You've been a disc jockey 10 minutes, have you? That's the Smirnoff Experience.
In part one, our guys were given the amazing opportunity to produce a track with their mentors, and it's now time to see if those tunes can cut it on the dance floor. Clodagh is given the chance to drop her track at premier venue Turnmills.
Tonight's Friday night, it's the gallery, it's my monthly residency at Turnmills, and I'm also joined by Clodagh, who's doing a warm-up set for me tonight.
I'm really nervous. My first time playing here, and just it's a new situation, and Turnmills is quite a big club, you know, so it's a bit of pressure on me.
If you fall apart every time you think, I'm going to play my tune, or I've got to mix a record, then this job isn't for you.
Turnmills, she has a residency, I don't know how many years here, so it's like a piece of piss for her to go in there.
When you're doing the warm-up, you just have to, you know, take it nice and easy, play some funky music, get some people on the floor, get people talking in the bars. Simple as that, really.
I just want to do really well for myself and to enjoy it, you know, and hopefully make people dance and not clear the dance floor. Worst nightmare.
Clodagh will ever road test one of her tunes on the discerning Turnmills crowd, so it'll be very interesting to see if they give it the thumbs up or the thumbs down.
Looking forward to seeing how the people react to it. I'm sure they'll be like, what is this? Because it's slightly different to other tracks, so fingers crossed it'll work and they'll like it, and we'll see.
Really pleased with how the track went down. I couldn't believe it, really.
I really liked my track. I think it sounded pretty good, and I think it's my style as well. It's a bit techier, a bit, you know, tribally.
Technically, she's very, very, very good. Maybe she was music was maybe a bit too hanging for the time of night, but if she was on between 12 and 2, she would have been perfect.
I was watching Bliss play, and she is really, really good. Big respect for her.
I'm not conscious of really mentoring her. It's almost like she's just absorbing what's going on, and my input is kind of almost neither here nor there. Or maybe it is, maybe she's taken on board loads that I've told her, but I don't think I'm a very good mentor at all, but she's just, you know, been brilliant.
I don't want to be a warm-up DJ. I want to be, I don't know, main set.
Anthea heads north with Mr. C to play at a venue that has a reputation as being one of the best breeding grounds of new talent, Liverpool's Shibuku.
I'm looking forward to playing in there on that sound system. It sounds fat in there. Mr. C, yeah, I don't know how well I'm going to impress him on 45 minutes, but I hope I don't make a mistake within 45 minutes. Let's get in there. Let's get on. Hope that some people are dancing already, so that when I do drop the track, and they keep on dancing, so then I'll know. But I don't know how good it is, and if you put it against other tracks. But for myself, as a first-time track, fine, I like it. After I was up on the stage, we were like, let's go down onto the dance floor and hear how it sounds. And we were like, oh, it sounds fat.
Yeah.
It sounded really good. And people were still dancing, so I'm happy.
I feel pretty proud, actually. Yeah, I'm really pleased. First she comes out of the studio, she makes a badass tune, and then she mixes it up like that and makes people jump around and put smiles on their faces. I mean, that's exactly what I wanted to see. You know, it's all the things that I didn't see on the first day and that I'm seeing now. So I feel like it's working, you know what I mean? And it makes me feel good too. She was saying there was mistakes, I didn't really notice them.
But I think I did. I went, way! And everyone was like, way!
Yeah, exactly. Well, you pulled it off.
Yeah,
that's
I
it.
pulled it
That's
off.
the way it goes.
Yeah.
And I've done that myself. I've been in clubs and I've lifted the wrong record off. And, like, everyone look at me and I go, hey! You know, what else do you do?
Yeah,
you know
of
what I mean?
course.
You put yourself in a situation, you've got to bluff your way out of it.
Yeah, you can't
And
cry.
You did that.
I did bluff my way out of it. I did well, didn't I? And I went, yeah, well, it's in now. Hey.
Ryan warms up for Tom Middleton at Cool for Kids venue 93 feet east, but can his sound win over a tough crowd?
I don't really feel nerves, I just feel like excited to be able to play to a new crowd and new set of people. I can't wait, just get on now. I'll play now if you want, and do warm-up and main if you like, I'm not bothered. I know the track now, I know every single little last bit of it, and I know the elements that have been put in there. So to someone it might just be a noise, but to me I know what it is, and let's just go and play it. I just want to go see Tom now because he's just going to get a party vibe going straight away. He created a different atmosphere to what I were playing. So Tom will rock it, I know he will.
You know what? You just played to one of the most difficult crowds in the world. But tonight, I think you broke them.
What I try to do is always keep an eye out and see what's making people tick and groove.
I was dancing too. That's always a good sign. You rocked, mate. Absolutely rocked it.
Thank you. Vice versa.
DM Cut travels to Scotland with MCs I1 and System to play a warm-up set for Roni Size at Top Edinburgh Dance Arena, the venue. Tonight, could the apprentice rinse out the master?
Tonight's the real test. We're going to see, how he pulls it off, if he pulls it off.
I'm born for this, so yeah, I'm just going to rip up as I usually do.
There's a lot of new ears out there, so they're all going to come in. What's this, drum and bass? Who's this, DM Cut?
I think they're going to feel it, man. Well, sorry, I know they're going to feel it.
I want to go on the decks and feel like it's going to be a hard job for me, to come and do a better job than what he's done.
The thing is, it's going to be a good night for the people. That's the main thing. So we're just going to bump it up, get that energy flowing, and then Ronnie's just going to take it from there. But yeah, I'm going to make him work. Yeah, definitely.
Control of the frequency modulation, pre-meridian, catch the vibration. 45 revolutionize on the decks. Tempted a dozen with some lyrical flex. Listen, ripping it good. Bad boy in your neighborhood.
And obviously we've done the track in the week. Looking forward to hear them play the tune. You know what I mean? See if it drops.
Well, the thing is, they ain't even heard the track, so they're going to have that little surprise at first. But once they hear the beats, the bass, the vocals, the sounds, I'm hoping it'll start from the toe and then move to the rest of their body. And next minute you know, they're just saying, yeah, I'm feeling this track.
Temperatures rising, because of red heat.
When you put that track on, and when the people heard it was I1's voice on it, and when we announced that it was DM Cut's track, and again, it was just electric.
Just left it for Ronnie now to just continue, man. So I really enjoyed it.
DM Cut come in there, and he just did his thing, and by the end of it, you saw the response, you saw the way that the people reacted, and when we got the tune, which we made in the week, it sounded wicked. To me, it just worked. The whole thing. Yeah, man. It was good, man. It was
heavy.
It was teamwork. Like a tag team.
After successfully debuting their tracks to the club crowds, our crew celebrate by partying at the Top 100 DJ Awards, mixing with top industry names in a VIP area, including